Have you ever noticed that strange phenomenon? When you decide to take control of your desires, to genuinely overcome a habit, especially something as deeply ingrained and powerful as lust, it feels like the universe itself conspires against you. Like the moment you declare no more, suddenly temptations seem to multiply. They become more vivid, more insistent, almost as if an unseen force is putting you through the ultimate trial. You set your intention, you feel a surge of clarity, a moment of resolve, and then, almost instantly, the world seems to throw every possible trigger, every potential opportunity right into your path. It's not just a subtle nudge, it feels like a full-blown assault, a relentless test of your newfound commitment. This isn't just your imagination, this isn't some quirky coincidence. It's a common experience, a deeply unsettling yet incredibly significant part of the journey toward self-mastery. Many men on this very path feel like they're being singled out, pushed to their absolute limits. And it begs the question, is the universe truly testing us? Or is something else, something far more intricate and profound, at play within our minds and the world around us? Let's dive into this because understanding this test, whether it's cosmic or psychological, is crucial to navigating it successfully. We're going to explore what these perceived tests really mean, why they appear, and how to not just survive them, but to actually leverage them for deeper growth and unwavering resilience. Consider this for a moment. You've committed to a new path. You've decided to channel your energy, your focus, away from immediate gratification toward something higher, more meaningful. Perhaps it's a creative pursuit, a spiritual practice, a new business venture, or simply a deeper connection with your partner and family. You're feeling strong, determined, and then, out of nowhere, an old contact resurfaces. An unexpected invitation appears. An image flashes across your screen that seems perfectly tailored to your most vulnerable desires. Or maybe the person you thought you weren't attracted to suddenly, inexplicably, becomes incredibly captivating, their presence amplified, their allure undeniable. It's almost too perfect, isn't it? Too coincidental to just be random chance. This is what many describe as the universe's test, the gauntlet thrown down, challenging your resolve. But what if these tests aren't external judgments from some cosmic entity, but rather profound manifestations of our own internal landscape, our psychology, and the very nature of habit formation? One powerful psychological concept that helps us understand this is called the extinction burst. Imagine you're trying to stop a pigeon from pecking a lever for food. Initially, it pecks, gets food, pecks, gets food. Then you stop giving it food. What does the pigeon do? It doesn't just stop. It pecks more furiously, more intensely, more desperately for a short period before it finally gives up. This is an extinction burst. The behavior, initially reinforced, flares up dramatically when the reinforcement is removed, as if making one last desperate attempt to get the reward. Now, apply this to us. When we decide to overcome lust, we're essentially removing the reward of immediate gratification, dopamine hits, and familiar coping mechanisms that our brains have been conditioned to expect. Our minds, like that pigeon, don't just quietly accept this. Instead, they often enter an extinction burst. The urges, the temptations, the internal rationalizations, they don't just subside, they often intensify, sometimes to an almost unbearable degree. It's your brain's last-ditch effort to get its familiar reward, to pull you back to the old comfortable patterns. This isn't the universe testing you. It's your own deeply wired neurology doing what it's been programmed to do, demanding its accustomed pleasure. And this burst isn't just internal, it often manifests externally too, through what we perceive as opportunities. Why? Because when we're focusing on something, when we're actively trying to avoid something, our reticular activating system, a part of our brain that filters information, becomes highly attuned to it. Suddenly, every ad, every social media post, every casual remark from a friend seems to revolve around the very thing you're trying to overcome. It's not that these things weren't there before. It's that your brain wasn't prioritizing them. Now, with your new intention, they jump out at you, screaming for attention, confirming your internal struggle. So, when you vow to overcome lust, and suddenly every woman you see seems more attractive, or a random notification pops up that would have been ignored before now feels irresistible, it's not a cosmic joke. It's your mind, now hyper-aware, hypersensitive, detecting and amplifying every potential trigger, every potential reward that aligns with the very habit you're trying to break. It's both an internal extinction burst and a heightened external perception. But the tests go deeper than just these biological and psychological mechanisms. They also tap into our very sense of self, our identity. When you decide to change a deeply ingrained pattern, you're not just changing a behavior, you're challenging a part of your identity that might have been built around that behavior. Who are you without it? What does it mean to be a man who exercises this kind of self-control? This internal wrestling match often creates what philosophers might call a crisis of identity, or what psychologists refer to as cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is that uncomfortable mental state when your beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors clash. You believe you're a man of discipline, yet your primal urges are screaming for indulgence. This internal conflict is immensely uncomfortable, and your mind desperately tries to resolve it. One way it resolves it is by trying to drag you back to the old behavior where there was no conflict, no dissonance. Another way is by rationalizing, by convincing yourself that just this once won't hurt, or that your new commitment is too extreme, or even that the universe wants you to indulge, hence all these opportunities. It's a subtle, insidious mental game your own mind plays on itself, creating loopholes and justifications, all to alleviate that uncomfortable internal tension. And this is where the philosophical perspective truly offers a guiding light. Think about ancient Stoic philosophers like Seneca or Marcus Aurelius. They understood the power of desire and the necessity of self-mastery. For them, true freedom wasn't about indulging every impulse, but about freedom from those impulses. They wouldn't have called it the universe testing them, but rather they'd see these internal battles as opportunities for virtue building. Each moment of temptation, each surge of desire was not a setback, but a chance to practice temperance, to strengthen their inner citadel, to choose reason over passion. From a Stoic viewpoint, these tests are not sent to you but arise within you and are precisely what you need to grow. They are the friction that polishes the gem of your character. They are the weights that strengthen the muscle of your willpower. They teach you that external circumstances, whether they seem like temptations or tribulations, have no power over your inner choice, your rational assent. They are simply things that are, and your response to them is entirely within your control. So when that sudden, intense urge hits you, or when an unexpected opportunity presents itself, instead of seeing it as a cosmic trick, try reframing it. See it as a signal that you are in fact making progress, a signal that your brain is recalibrating, a signal that your willpower muscle is getting a workout. These are not obstacles designed to make you fail, but rather invitations to exercise your true power, which lies in your ability to choose your response. Let's consider some relatable real-life examples beyond just the sudden appearance of temptation. Perhaps you've decided to quit something entirely, like pornography or casual encounters, to dedicate yourself to a deeper relationship or a significant personal goal. You're a week in, feeling good, and then a close friend starts talking about their own sexual escapades, or you stumble upon a conversation online that's exactly what you're trying to avoid. Or maybe you're alone, feeling the weight of your new commitment, and a familiar feeling of loneliness or boredom creeps in, which historically you've always filled with the very behavior you're trying to overcome. These are the subtle, insidious tests that often feel more potent because they exploit your vulnerabilities. Another common test comes in the form of rationalization. Your mind, in its attempt to reduce cognitive dissonance, will become incredibly skilled at finding reasons why just this once is okay. I've been so good, I deserve a break. It's not really breaking my commitment if I only look, not act. I need to understand what I'm giving up to truly overcome it. These are the internal saboteurs, not external forces, but they feel like profound arguments, compelling reasons to abandon your path. They are part of the extinction burst of your old self fighting for survival.